People out here, let me know if you guys are able to hear me, if you guys are able to see me. Give me a quick heads up. A very good evening to again one and all who are available live on this YouTube channel of MBAP sharp at 8 p.m. Give me a quick heads up if you guys are able to hear me. If you guys are able to see me, perfect. Anant, I see you regular. Perfect. Other people who are live, let me know if you guys are able to hear me. Everyone. Again, so it's going to be a great content that we have made for you for today's webinar. We'll see all the important types of question which comes of this from this chapter called as percentages. Okay, so people who are live now, give me a quick response also if you have solved questions on percentages before. Like the basic level, you can just say yes, basic, yes, advanced, yes, carrot level question, whatever it is. Give me a quick heads up and thumbs up if you guys have solved these questions. My objective will be to teach you in um, basic questions, Ananta, good enough. So my objective will be I'll give you different perspective of solving the same questions which comes in percentages. More often we'll also see a couple of questions which has come in previous year CAT paper. But the objective is if your concepts are clear, very well you'll be able to solve the questions. So basically, if your percentages, this concept is clear, you can solve all the questions which are based on ratio proportion, percentage, profit and loss. You can solve questions which are based on SI and CI. You can solve questions which are based on time speed distance, and you can also solve questions which are based on time and work. Like one chapter will keep the door open for all the 5 other chapters that we are considering for the given examination. So make sure you practice percentages and its application really, really well, because of which 5 other chapters. So there are only 2 things. One is averages and second is percentage in arithmetic. But obviously from averages you can also derive mixture and allegation too. And from percentages you can derive so many chapters. Like 7, 8 chapters are based out of 2 modules only in arithmetic. If these 2 modules have been done, very well you'll be able to solve the questions which has come on percentages. Some important updates. Please do regularly follow us on Instagram with the same user ID called as MBA_Pathshala. Please do subscribe to the given channel so that you get all the important updates of the webinar and the content, whatever we make for you guys on the channel. Okay. Now here, before I start giving you the questions, I repeat, before I start giving you the questions, there are 2 applications which you should know. One is the application of successive percentage changes. I repeat, one is the application of successive percentage changes, and second is inverse proportionality application. If these 2 applications are clear, you can very well solve all the questions which comes on percentages. Now, successive percentage deals with a simple component. Let's say a given application where you know A into B is equal to C. Like the product of 2 values, the product of 2 values is equal to the third value. For example, price into consumption is equal to expenditure. If a simple unit I give you, price into consumption is equal to expenditure. If I know price changes, expenditure also changes. If I know consumption changes, expenditure also changes. And what if price and consumption both changes? I repeat, what if price and consumption or A and B both changes? If both of them changes, obviously C would change, but the impact will be a dual impact, which is called a successive percentage changes. Like a value of 100 rupees first increases by 10% and then again increases by 10%. So what's the cumulative increase impact of 2 value changes, which is 10 and 10? So you don't have to manually find out. You use a simple application, which is A, B, and A percentage of B. It's called as A, B, and A percentage of which B, which is called as successive percentage changes. Case number 1, if both the value increases, like in case number 1, it increases by 10, 10. So it's going to be A plus B plus A percentage of B. If both the value decreases, it's going to be minus A minus B plus A percentage of B, because minus into minus is plus. If one increases, second decreases, it's going to be plus A minus B minus A percentage of B. Why minus? Because this time minus into plus will be minus. Clear? So the third sign is going to be dependent on the sign of the first units A and B. Clear? So if it is increasing by 2 times 10 and 10, 10 and 10 will become how much? 10 plus 10 plus 10 percentage of 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. 10% of 10 is 1. So the overall impact will be 21 percentages. The overall impact would be how much? 21 percentages. Similarly, if the first value increases by 10, second value increases by 10. So the overall impact would be 5 plus 10 plus 10% of 5, which is 15 plus 0.5, the final change. That's the first application that we should know. And second is inverse proportionality concept. Like price into consumption is equal to expenditure. If you try to relate the relationship between consumption and price, provided the expenditure is constant, you would say consumption is inversely proportional with price, or consumption or price is inversely proportional with consumption. So in all those units where A is inversely proportional with B, if A increases, B will decrease, right? And similarly, if A decreases, B obviously will go up. But the relation you need to understand very clearly, if A goes up by 1 by x, I repeat, if A goes up by 1 by x, B will go down by 1 by x plus 1. And if A goes down by 1 by x, B will go up by 1 by x minus 1. That's a simple unit. So there's a detailed principle why this values are changing like this. Well, whenever we take a detailed webinar, you will get to see the perspective of that. But as of now, you can focus only on the small application, which is going to be useful for you to solve the questions. If A increases, B decreases by 1 by x plus 1. If A decreases, B will increase by 1 by x minus 1. Clear? How do you relate this? If the value of B has to go down, how would a fraction go down if the denominator goes up? If the denominator increases, the whole fraction will go down. To increase the denominator, I've got plus sign. In the second case, that the fraction 1 by B has to go up. When would a fraction go up? When certainly the denominator will go down. Denominator going down, the sign would be negative. Clear? If these two applications are clear, very well you'll be able to solve the question. Let's start with easy questions. Let's start with easy questions first, and let's see if you guys are able to solve them well. The first question. It says the length and the breadth of a rectangular plot increases by 20% and 30% respectively. What is the percentage change in the cost of the plot, assuming the land prices are uniform throughout the cost? We know cost is going to be dependent on the area, and the area of a rectangle is given by L into B. So area, how do you denote? It's going to be L into B, which is equal to area, which is as simple as A into B is equal to C. Has length increased and breadth increased? Yes, both the values have increased. So very well you can apply successive percentage changes. Which principle number 1, 2 or 3, which one can you apply? You can apply first one where both the values are increasing. So simply, what do we have? We have plus 20, plus 30, plus 20% of 30. What is 20 plus 30? It is 50. What is 20% of 30? What is 10% of 30? It is 3. So 20 will be 2 times. So 2 3s would be 6. And the final value would be how much? It is 56%. And hence, the answer for the given question, I repeat, hence, the answer for the given question would be how much? It's going to be 56%. Simple application of successive percentage changes by which you have solved the question. Let's see the second application of successive percentage changes. The price of a salt reduces by 50%. The price of the salt reduces by 50%. In spite of the decrease, Ayush ends up increasing the expenditure by 50%. So price into consumption is equal to expenditure. Price has gone down. Ideally, expenditure could have been constant, but in this case, expenditure is also going up. So price is going down by 50%. Expenditure is going up by 50%, and the question is find a change in consumption. Right? So very well you can apply the same formula, which is A, B, and A percentage of B will be equal to the final change. I know the final change is how much? The final change in the expenditure would be 50%. Let's see A or P. The price of a salt is reduced by 50%. So let's assume it to be minus 50. Let's assume it to be minus 50. The question is, what is a percentage change in consumption, which is B? I do not know this. But obviously consumption is going to go up, no? Only then the expenditure would increase, because the prices has already fallen down. So obviously it is 50 plus C minus 50% of C, which is equal to 50. This is the whole expression which you need to solve. But ideally, you can just look at the option and see which one can give you the answer. So 25 and 60 are two smaller values which will come. 100 is a negative value. I want it to be plus 50. So the only option left which is 200. Let's do it. Minus 50 plus 200 minus 50% of 200. Let's see this. This part will be plus 150. 50% of 100 is minus 100. What is 150 minus 100? The value would be 50%, which is the final answer. Clear? And hence we got the value of option number D to be the final answer in the given question. Clear? So these are small applications. Very well, if you can solve them, there's no problem which you will face in the entire concept and calculations of percentages. Very well, you will be able to solve these questions on your own also. Is this clear to all of you? Let me know if this is clear to all of you. So all what we have been doing is simple application. Minus A plus B minus A percentage of B is plus 50. Clear? And obviously we knew the value of A to be as minus 50. So minus 50 plus B minus 50% of B is equal to plus 50. Don't solve this equation, but try to substitute the options, which can work, which cannot work. Very well, you will be able to see first the options will never be the answer. Cool. Let's take one more easy question. Let's see if you are able to solve this. Mr. Ram is worried about the balance of its monthly budget. The price of petrol has gone up by 50%. You guys should be able to solve this quickly. By what percentage should he reduce the consumption of the petrol so that the balance remains intact? Price is inversely proportional with consumption provided expenditure is constant. Clear? It has been said price has gone down by 50%. Consumption has to go up by what to keep the same expenditure? We discussed one thing. If P goes down by 1 by X, C has to go up by 1 by X minus 1, X plus 1. Actually, this increases, my bad. In this case, we have got price increases. So P is inversely proportional with C. Prices has gone up by 50%. What is the fraction of 50%? 1 by 2. If one of the fraction, which is 1 by A, goes up by 1 by A, 1 by C will go down by 1 by A plus 1, which in our case is 1 upon 2 plus 1, which is 1/3. What is the value of 1/3? 1/3 is 33.33%. And hence the answer for the given question would be simple. So do not assume the values and solve the question. I repeat, do not assume the value and solve the question. If you know these applications very well, you have solved the question on your own also. P inversely proportional with C. P goes up by 1 by 2. C will go down by 1 by 2 plus 1, which is 1/3. That's it. That was the only thing which is required for you to crack this question. So the answer for the given question now would be how much? It is 33.33. Clear? Everyone, is this clear? This is clear. Let's solve the next question now. Let's read a question. So these are template-based questions which comes on election in majority of the management examinations. Majority of the management exams where you will see questions which are based on elections. It says in an election between two candidates. Who are these two candidates? Let's say Chaman. Let's name it as C and D. Chaman gets 80% of total valid votes. So they are discussing about not total votes, total valid votes. If the total votes was 12,000 and the number of valid votes, what is the number of total valid votes that the other candidate Dande gets if total 15% of votes were declared invalid? So let's assume total votes. Total votes is 12,000. Total valid votes would be how much? It would be 85% of 12,000. Don't calculate the value of 85% of 12,000. Let's keep it as it is. Because 15% were invalid. You have got Chaman, and you have got Dande. Chaman gets 80% of total valid votes, right? If Chaman gets 80% of total valid votes, obviously the Dande will get 20% of total valid votes. But what is the total valid votes? It is how much? 85% of 12,000. So the final value that we have to find out is 20% of 85% of 12,000. So if you look at the value, how much is the value? First find out 20% of 85. 10% is 8.5, double is 17%. So we are looking at 17% of 12,000. 10% is 1200 plus 7 into 12, 840. If I add, the value will become 2040. So you will mark which option? You will mark Kunal. Yes, the answer would be 2040. See, if you do not want to take this lengthy process, no, I'll give you an easy step. So you have got 20 upon 100 into 85 upon 100 into 12000, right? This is what the calculation is, right? This is what you need to find out. How many of you know the concept of dsum? How many of you have attended my previous webinars on dsum? Give me a quick heads up. How many of you have attended a webinar on dsum or calculation techniques? No, not the last digit. We are talking about dsum. Dsum deals with addition of digit till the time you get a single number. Like, what is the dsum of 11? Digit sum of 11 will be 1 plus 1, 2. 121 will be 1 plus 2 plus 1, 4. All what I'm saying is, if in the number line two values are same, like a into b is equal to c, or a plus b is equal to c, then the dsum of a plus the dsum of b should be equal to the dsum of c. For example, 21 into 31 will become 651. What is the dsum of 21? 2 plus 1, 3. Dsum of 31, 3 plus 1, 4. 3 4 is 12. 12 will become 1 plus 2, 3. Just see whether you get 3 in the end. 6 plus 5, 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 will become 3. So the values are matching. Similarly, 21 plus 31 will add up the value to be as 52. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 5 plus 2 is also 7. So if my objective is only to check, 20 upon 100 into 85 upon 100 into 12000 is equal to how much? One of the given option. See, will the dsum work in percentages? Yes, because we are dividing by 100. What happens if you divide any value by 100? What is the dsum of 100? It is 1. So this is neglected. Just check the dsum. 20 will become 2. 8 plus 5 will become 13. 13 will become 4. And 1 plus 2 will become 3. 2 4s is 8. 8 3s is 24. 24 will become 2 plus 4 6. Just see which option is giving a dsum of 6. There's the only value which is giving a dsum of 6. So my answer would be 2040. I can do this also. If you want to solve it without learning concept, that's the easiest way to solve the question. Understood? Everyone, is this clear? Understood, all of you? So whatever has been there. So you have multiplication, addition, subtraction, percentage. Whatever has been there in all the cases. In all the cases, you can apply dsum. In all the cases, you can apply dsum. Acha, chalo. Acha, let's see this. I'll teach you both the approaches. I'll teach you dsum, the given question which you can see. Pay utmost attention. I repeat, pay utmost attention in this question. I'll teach you how to solve the question by successive changes as well as dsum, both the approaches. The population of a town or city of Gotham is initially 50,000. It increases by 20% in the first year. In the second year, it decreases by 10%. So next year it is going to be 90%. So it's 0.9. Third year, it again increases by 30%. The question is, what is the population of the town? The question is, what is the final population of the town? So one is you multiply the dsum of all the values. I repeat, one is you multiply the dsum of all the values. Very well, you will be able to get the answer. But again, I'll give you a hint. And that hint is a very strong hint. Whenever you multiply any value with 9, the dsum has to be 9. I repeat, whenever you multiply any value with 9, the dsum has to be 9. For example, what is 9 9s are? 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 6s are 54. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 19s are 171, which is again 9. So the dsum for the whole sum would be 9. So if I know this, now I will not even solve the question. I know there's only one value which is giving me a dsum of 9. 7 plus 2, which is 9. So the answer has to be 70,200. If I know this, I will not even solve the question. Understand? If I know this, I will not even solve the question. I know it's a matter of less than 5 seconds of my job to tell you what the answer is. But our objective is not that. We have to learn also, right? Let's learn successive changes. Initial value 50,000. First increases by 20, next minus 10, and then plus 30. Let's solve these two. Whenever you make a pair, just do the same thing. A, B, and A percentage of B. What is 20 minus 10? 20 minus 10 is 10. What is 20% of 10? It's 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. So plus 8 plus 30. Again do successive. 30 plus 8 is 38. What is 30% of 8? It is 2.4. If you add this, the value will become 40.4. So this value is increasing by 40.4%. What is 10% of 50,000? 10% of 50,000 is how much? It's 5,000. So 40 will be equal to how much? 20,000. Now consider this way. 40% is 20,000. What is 0.4%? Because we also need 0.4. 0.4 would be 200. Right? So the final value of 40.4% will be 20,200. Now this is the increase. So the final will be 50,000 plus 20,200 and the value will become 70,200. Clear? You can solve by this, or I give you a 5-second approach of solving the question by using DSUM technique. Clear? I hope I have made it easy for you. If you have any feedback, you can let me know. Let me know if you have understood this. Perfect, good enough. Now solve this question. A simple question, very well you will be able to solve the question well. On a morning prayer, all the students of a school stands in 3 rows. Let's say row number 1, row number 2, and row number 3. The first row has 20% more students than the second row. Let's assume second has X. So first will have 1.2X, 20% more. The third has 20% less than the second. So this is going to be 0.8X. Like 100%, 1X ka 20% ka will be 80. 20% more will be 1.2. If the total number of students is 300. So what is the total of row number 1, 2, and 3? So you have got 0.8X plus X plus 1.2X is equal to 300. So this 3X is equal to 300. X will be equal to 100. So is 100 the answer? 100 is not the answer, but they are talking about the first row. First has 1.20. First has 1.20, which means 20% more than 100. Will make the value as 120, and the answer for the given question would be option number 1. The answer for the given question would be option number 1. Clear? A very simple question which you have solved. So initially we'll keep the momentum of the sessions of the webinars on a very light mode so that you can solve the concept level question, but with time we'll also solve the most difficult questions. And beyond the character level question also I'll give you, which you guys will solve along with me. Okay. Let's read this question. So any question which comes in quant, I repeat, any question which comes in quant will look like a story to you. You need to decode the story. I repeat, you need to decode the story to solve the basic level math questions which are involved in that. Clear? The question says, in order to maximize his gain, the theater owner decides to reduce his price tickets by 20%. So price goes down by 20%. As a result, the sales goes up by 40%. If as a result of these changes, he is able to increase his weekly collection. He is able to increase his weekly collection by 1,68,000. 1,68,000. The question is, find by what value the gross collection increases per day. See, I'll waste your time if I teach you price is inversely proportional. Okay. So price goes down by 20%, sales goes up by 40. The sales of a ticket goes up by 40%. So this is the overall impact of revenue. Minus 20 plus 40 minus 20% of 40. This is plus 20. This is 20% of 40. Would be how much? Would be 8. So the value is increasing by 12%. So the 12% increase in revenue is how much? 168,000. By doing this, you can find the overall revenue. But so like it's like 12% this much, find 100% and then find the increment in the revenue. You can do this, but it is just not required. The whole answer is hidden in the last two sentences. Don't solve this much even Kunal. He is able to increase his weekly collection by 1,68,000. So it says in 7 days, you increase 1,68,000. So per day collection will be how much more? 1 day would be 168 upon 7. No? So you'll get the answer as 14,000. Even if you do this, you will get the answer as 14,000. But that much is even not required. Yeah. See here, no, the question, read the question, the climax question, what they are talking about. He is able to increase his weekly collection. In 7 days, he's increasing by 168. By what value the gross collection is increasing per day? So I don't bother myself with these sentences and this part of the question. This is not meant for me. Not for you also. Not required for you. 7 days, 168. 1 day, 168 by 7. You can very well solve 168 by 7. You'll get 14. Add 3 zeros. The answer will be 14,000. Is this clear? So percentage is always, they will always give you tricky questions in the paper. But if your concepts are clear, very well you'll be able to solve the questions. So make sure you're solving the previous year questions and the intense level of questions on percentages also along with this. I hope I have added some value to your preparation. Tomorrow again, I'll see you by 8 p.m. Please do ensure you subscribe to the given channel. If you have not been a part of the WhatsApp night class, go in the description box, find the link of the channel of WhatsApp and Telegram, be a part and be actively available there on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp, all the platforms of social media, so that we can help you out with the preparation plan very well. All right, then on this note, I'll take a sign off. I'll see you tomorrow again at 8 p.m. This Sunday again, this Sunday webinar, which is going to happen, which usually happens every Sunday, in fact, which happens at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. I'll call one of my previous year students who scored 99.8 percentile in CAT. He's going to share his own preparation plan and tips. So make sure you guys actively be available on the platform. See the important links of the description box and be in touch. All right then. On this note, I'll take a sign off. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.